Welcome to the Artha and Martha show.
I'm Artha.
And I'm Martha. And today we have a special guest here with us. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Naya the dog.
Guest appearance.
Guest
Naya.
appearance.
Naya's comfortably sitting, sipping whiskey with us.
So here on January 8th or the 9th, January 9th, we have our friend and ally.
Some might even call him family.
Some might even call him family.
Some.
Only a couple. We're going to talk today
Naya
about
exclusively calls him family.
about stories of moving to Seattle because we all moved. Well, I moved at the same time. Name?
Yeah. So this is Tyler. Although I do have Naya here with me,
Yes.
so she will be a part of the show.
She will be.
She did, in fact, move to Seattle as well.
She did, in fact, move to Seattle as well.
She did. So we're gonna talk about moving to Seattle. Tyler and I moved at approximately the same time.
One year ago.
Artha moved a bit after us, but in the same place. So we're roommates now, but Tyler is indeed moving out very soon.
Gotta spread my wings.
Yeah. We need to fly. So
Still staying in Seattle though.
Yeah. You say that, and it's like a 4-minute walk.
yeah, it's like a 4-minute
There's a
walk.
lot of you now.
Yeah, but
I mean, it is going to be pretty different. Are you excited to live by yourself?
Yeah, I'm excited. Never lived by myself before. I spent a summer living in a townhouse after my roommates had moved out, but it wasn't the same, because it still felt like it was all of our place, and this is the first place that would just be my place only. So.
From start to finish.
From start to finish.
That's cool.
Unless someone moves in.
Luna, my cat.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so I moved the beginning of last year, starting a new life in Seattle, and I moved from Michigan, and we kind of met up at the same time, and Tyler and I began living together, and my dad helped me move in, and his dad also helped him move in.
What
was
made
cool.
you guys decide that you wanted to live together? Have you guys always wanted to live together, just you two, or?
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah. The idea spawned the time where Josh was at a pivotal time in life, and
I was.
And so was I. I didn't know at the time I was living
Also, my
in...
name's Martha. So.
Martha was at a pivotal time.
I did it the first episode.
Yeah.
I cut that out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was living in Los Angeles, and at the time I didn't know if I was going to be staying there or moving here, and we just kind of decided that either way we were just going to get a place. Josh was looking for a change, and Martha was looking for a change. and the stars aligned, and here we are, and it was the right choice. Seattle is way better than LA for anyone that's curious.
That's cool. I'm glad to actually hear that.
Yeah.
What didn't you like about LA?
I mean, I liked LA. We Martha and I were both born in California, and I think long time had the dream to move back from the Midwest. But it turns out California is great, but LA is not as great as the rest. The people are a little, fit the stereotype. Everyone wants to be famous, and I don't want to be famous. And
Hey.
That would be Naya.
Naya, be nice. The aforementioned Naya.
It was really good though. I liked it, but Seattle's more the right fit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely like a more chill vibe around here. That sounded like really lame but it's
But
just
true.
true. Yeah,
it's relaxed as
everyone's a
opposed
lot
to
more
high
relaxed
paced
here.
and where everyone's trying to get famous, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't spend too
Yeah.
much time in LA, but
And I still liked LA. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Great place to live. But Seattle, yeah. When you go to Seattle, like everyone likes to hike and ski and do the things that I like to do. So
Yeah, there's a lot more like opportunity. Well, I mean, I don't know if I could speak fully on it, but I'm sure that there's a lot more like opportunity for nature here.
yeah, absolutely.
To make space for nature.
Yeah, the nature in LA is very much desert, and you have to drive a couple hours to get to the mountains.
yeah. So, yeah. So that was cool. I actually helped Tyler move to LA, and then we helped each other move into our apartment together, which is where we're at right now. And things are going to change once Tyler moves out. We'll be taking over his room and turning that into a beautiful studio for Artha and Martha
Yeah.
and other things. But yeah, so I agree with Tyler. I do think it takes a little while to get into the living situation in Seattle. I haven't exactly totally gotten into it yet, but after making friends with some of Tyler's friends and joining a band is what kind of really got me going on to like making some more friends here. We haven't really done much, so yeah, there's nothing there.
Well, tell the listeners, Martha and Arthur both moved from Michigan. How's that different than Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's a lot more
Arthur?
Progressive here. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've noticed.
Yeah, the trouble we were in Grand Rapids, and I felt like you could feel the claw of the DeVosses hovering over the entire city of Grand Rapids, and it was okay. Like it's fine if you don't notice it, but I actually went to a neighborhood meeting where they invited everybody who wasn't in the neighborhood that they were going to really disrupt. There was like a minority neighborhood that they were going to disrupt, and nobody in that actual neighborhood was invited to this town meeting to make decisions. But they showed up anyways, so it was like a whole fiasco.
Wow.
It was really funny and a big slap in the face to the coordinators who were trying to keep them out. So that was kind of like weird.
I don't know if it's because we're still sort of new here, but I know we've talked about like a sense of community before. I think in Grand Rapids it's just like smaller, so you sort of know a lot more people intimately, and it feels a little bit harder to sort of like break into a scene here, I guess.
And Seattle freeze.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but
yeah, I don't know about that either.
I feel like just moving to a new place and then like sort of getting comfortable and finding friends is hard enough. Because I mean, it took me quite a while in Grand Rapids to
and you have
to find
an on-site job, so and it still took you. You met your workmates. Your coworkers immediately, obviously, but yeah, it's still been taking a while.
Yeah, I feel like those are probably the biggest differences. Yeah, actually, when Martha and I met, the first conversation that we had, we both like sort of separately announced that we were going to move to Seattle.
Well, you announced that you were going to move to Seattle, and I was like, "Oh, that's great! My Tyler and I are going to move to
maybe Seattle.
McBride and I are going west."
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, my cousin and I are moving west." And Seattle's one of the places on our list. We had Seattle, we had stay in LA, and I think New York was brief, but I kind of didn't want to move to New York.
Martha, shut that one down.
Yeah.
That was Josh. Martha said Seattle.
Josh was into it. Martha,
Martha was like a little more hesitant. Yeah. And then like I don't know, it's just sort of funny how it worked out that he ended up like coming back to help move me out there.
Yeah, that was a trip. Because that's when I got my doggy and her 2 cats. And we went on a nice little cross-country road trip in a 4-door Toyota.
With the pets.
With
all
3 animals in the car.
Yeah.
Medium-sized dog.
It's probably about 4-day trip.
Small. What?
It's probably about a 4-day trip.
Yeah, it was. It was going to be 3 days, I think. I wanted it to be 3 days, but we caved in and got a hotel that allowed animals, which was cool.
Well, and it was because that first night my check engine light came on. Because it's like a 2001 Camry.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
And it literally came on because we were towing like a huge like trailer on the back of it, which was super funny. Yeah.
What was your trip up like to Seattle?
Yeah, so I drove from LA with my dad. So my dad also came from a different direction. And we just drove up the coast. I mean, not directly on the coast. We definitely took the mid-state highway. That's a lot more boring, but
the 5, isn't that the 5?
The 5, yeah. For anyone from the West Coast, that would be the 5.
The famous 5.
Yeah, it was a good drive. Didn't take too long. I mean, a good 20 hours or so, but not like I think we did it in like 2 days.
Nice.
Slept one night. Yeah, not bad. And
you had a U-Haul too. You brought all of your things up here.
Yeah. So we drove it in a U-Haul that was, like a U-Haul truck where it's directly connected. So that was interesting, especially once we got into Seattle, driving around the city streets in this big U-Haul was, yeah.
I'm just thinking of all the hills in Cap
Hill.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, all the hills in Cap Hill.
Did you get here before Josh, or did you?
No, I think he got here right after.
Yeah.
Same night though, just like
a couple hours difference.
Couple hours difference, yeah.
Or
we planned it.
Martha.
Right, Martha. I didn't even catch that one. It's gonna be tough to cut that.
Yeah,
definitely. This one, I'm trying to keep a tally. I think there was 5 times or 6 times. It's 5 or 6. I kind of lost track. But yeah, so well, that's cool. Well, go ahead.
I had always just wanted to move west. Sort of just love like the forest, the sea, and the city. So I feel like that all sort of culminated in Seattle.
It does.
It does.
It definitely does.
Absolutely.
And I really liked Michigan, and I think about it a lot in terms of like our friends and our community there. But
yeah,
I wish I could just like
pick them up, bring them over here,
like SpongeBob. Just like if we could move Bikini Bottom over there.
Over time, I've been not really slowly, very aggressively trying to get all my friends to move.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've definitely
very aggressively.
I've definitely been pretty aggressive at trying to get some of my friends.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, so for anyone not familiar, people say the Seattle Freeze, like people here like are not welcoming or something, but I don't think that's true. I think I have more friends here than I did in LA, and I lived there for longer.
Yeah.
So,
I think maybe not. I feel like you can expect that to a degree from any larger city.
True.
Like the population just increases and you are sort of more unlikely to be friends with or come in contact even with every person that you... What? Yeah,
plus, I mean, after being in an experience like college...
This whiskey is like getting to me.
But an experience like college where you're like constantly surrounded by people and there's a lot of like activities and classes and stuff that introduce you to people without really trying, and it's like then you move away, and
that's definitely just life too.
Real life kind of sucks for making friends.
Yeah.
I've always heard that when you get older, it's harder to make friends.
Yeah, totally. But I don't know, I feel like we're all pretty good with making friends. Like we're all pretty friendly people, and honestly, most people are friendly, but some people just choose like not to be at certain times. Like for example, I'm just like friendly most of the time, and then sometimes I just like don't want to talk to anybody. That doesn't happen that often with me, but yeah, I feel like if you're oops,
Cat's on the mic.
cat's on the mic, Sawyer on the mic.
No, she's out. She's out. She's like, screw you guys.
Yeah, I feel like if you're trying to meet people, like most people will be up for talking to you at least.
If you're trying
like,
to meet people, just like have a child so you can be friends with like their friends. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the only way that old people make friends.
Okay. Just a
I was gonna say, I feel like
sidebar.
that's how my sister makes.
I was gonna say this is like the beginning of the
She's gonna
the
watch
family
this.
being
It's gonna
like-
be.
hey, have a kid.
No, we don't need a kid quite yet. Give us a couple of years. Artha and Martha viewers will be among the second wave of people to know. It'll be the first wave, and then you guys will be the second wave. Yeah. So I guess we have two little segments that we could do. We could do minute music,
Mm,
or since we have an interview, maybe not that time yet.
yeah, pass.
Pass on that. But
That's gonna be a pass.
Tyler,
I feel like we could talk a little more about.
we could definitely talk
moving to
more.
Seattle.
I do want to talk about a New Year's resolution. Let's
Let's get an update on the New Year's resolutions. How's the progress?
so yeah, my progress is spot on. I mean, I haven't started reading anything yet, but I only have to read 3 books this year, so it's solid. Arthur?
I actually have been lacking in that goal as well.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I'm reading a Hemingway book right now, and sometimes we don't agree with each other. He's just like the king of run-on sentences, and sometimes it's hard to digest.
I've read a poem of his, several poems, and I agree.
Yeah.
I actually bought a book of poems, Hemingway poems. But yeah, so Tyler, what was your did you have any resolutions this year?
Not anything directly. I have some goals, but definitely have not made any progress yet.
Give us some goals
Yeah,
that you
that's
feel
okay.
like could really play themselves well this year for you.
Yeah. Well, okay, I take it back. Starting progress. One thing I want to do this year is learn how to code, and I signed up for a coding boot camp. Doesn't start for another month and a couple weeks, but really looking forward to that. And yeah, I think that'll be good for my like career development, personal development. I want to just exercise more. I got into running last year, which was cool. I've